everyone, so today I am talking about my life with NF and kind of just growing up with NF. So let's just get right into it. So obviously growing up with NF isn't always the easiest thing because you're not always going to be the same. Not every single person is the same in life, and with NF that's a little bit more obvious that you're a little bit different. So I would say my appearance was very hard for me when I was younger because I would be like with friends or I would go to a pool and someone would be like, oh, what's that on your stomach? And having to explain to them when I really didn't even know what NF was myself was kind of hard. And I would also say going to the MRIs and sitting in the MRIs, that was very difficult. But one of my main challenges was having ADHD and making friends in school. Because other kids, as we were in, I would say 5th grade, 6th grade, that's the age where everybody is starting to kind of grow up, starting to mature. But for me, I kind of just didn't mature as fast. So people would make fun of me, I was teased, I was bullied, and that was a very hard time. Obviously, middle school for everyone is a very hard time. And having NF, it was even more difficult. But I've never faced anyone being like, okay, I don't want you playing with my child. I don't want anything like that. But I did face people being like, okay, I don't want to hang out with you. You're weird, you're different. And I think that is probably a very hard challenge for everyone. But going through that with life, the learning disabilities, the hard nights, the long nights, the not wanting to do homework, the fight to do homework, just wanting to go and being so energetic, but I can't really control myself with that. And people have been like, okay, well, you need to control yourself. But they literally didn't know. I could not control myself. And kind of how I took judgment from people, I knew that I was different. And I think when I was about 12 or 13, I made my Dream of a Cure account on Instagram. And that really did help too. So I suggest if you're going through a hard time with your NF, make an account. Find people who else have NF. Make friends with them because that really will show you that you are not different. You might have a disorder, I should say, or you might have a learning disability or some other disability, but that does not make you any different than any other human being. You are still a human. Sorry for that last clip. I forgot what I was going to say, but I wanted to say that you still deserve the same respect that every other human being has. Just because you might have a learning disability or just because you have NF, that does not mean that you don't deserve something that other people get, or you don't deserve an opportunity, or you can't do something else. Yes, I might have a slower time learning, I might have a harder time doing something, but that doesn't mean I can't do that too. I really have a hard time with that. I think that is really something that you really need to, people need to pay attention to, not just me, or I think really not just myself, but other people too. They need to pay attention that somebody, just because they have a disability, doesn't mean they don't have the ability to do something else. Just because I might have a hard time doing math, or I might have a hard time picking up on math, that doesn't mean that I can't do math like anybody else can. I can still get the answer, I can still do a test, but I just need a little extra help. And I just need that little bit extra time to do things. And also, I think that is also a very hard thing for me with NF too, because I have a learning disability, I have ADHD, and with ADHD, I get extended time at my school, and facing that and other people is a very hard thing. But with people who love you and helping people encourage you, that is also very helpful. So I would say that having learning disability has really been hard because I got diagnosed with ADHD, I believe, when I was about 10, so I did struggle a lot when I was younger, and I didn't get the help that I needed until, I would say, about 5th grade, and that was a pretty hard time because that's when people are going into the middle school age and they start having their cliques, and people are just starting to get really mean. Again, I've linked in that last clip, so I apologize, but people can be very mean. My teacher in middle school, my Spanish teacher, she helped me with my Spanish tests and she modified them because every single one, no matter how much I would study, I would fail it. So someone was like, oh, why does she have a different test? That's not fair. And she's like, well, maybe because I like her more. It was just a complete joke, but my teacher didn't need to stand up there and say, oh, because this is her problem, or this is not her problem, but this is the issue that she has, this is her right. And I have extended time at school. And people were like, oh, well, if she gets to finish her test and I don't, that's not fair. But what people don't understand is that while they're on question 20, I might be on question 10. Or while they're on the last question, I might still be struggling on my 5th question. So I think that's a very hard thing for people to understand. And I think that's something that we really need to bring awareness to. And I feel very deeply on that, and I hope you enjoy this. But this is just my story. If you want me to touch base on more things, please comment below and let me know. But thank you for watching, and this is my experience with NF.